Welcome! This video is going to demonstrate how to use the DecisionTreeApplet to see how decision trees are made and explore some decision trees. So I've already got the website up. What I'm looking for is the click here link, and so if I do that, it's going to download this .jnlp file, which is a Java Web Start file. If you click it, you may get a couple warnings you've got to click through, and then it'll pop up into the Decision Tree Learning Applet. So right now I've got nothing loaded. If I go load a sample data set, I can pick from a bunch of different data sets. I'm going to open the Mail Reading Simplified. So it's showing me what it's loading, the parameters for author, thread, length, and user action. And here are the training examples. So the first example, we've got an email where it's a known author, the thread is a new one, it's not a reply, and the length of the message is long, and the user skipped that one. Basically, these are a bunch of records of what users did as they looked at things in their inbox. Here's an email from an unknown person, it's brand new, it's short, and they read that one. From an unknown person, it's a reply, it's a long message, and they skipped that one. So when a company wants to understand more about how people use software, they might collect a bunch of information like this and then do data mining, try and find patterns in it. And if we take this information, these training examples, and use it to build a decision tree, we can come up with a way to try and predict what users are going to do. So if I go to the Solve tab, right now you can see there is 9 cases where we skipped and 9 cases where we read a message, corresponding to the 18 training examples we've got. Right now we could say there's a 50-50% chance that someone reads or skips an email. But if we go look for patterns in those, we can start noticing that, well, it seems like this long message got skipped, that long message got skipped. That seems to be a common theme. That essentially is what the decision tree learning algorithm is going to do, is go through and look for the most predictive things that we can use to determine whether someone's going to skip or read. So I'm going to hit step, and basically what it's going to do is look for the most promising decision criteria. Alright, this is what it came up with. It decided that the first split we do should be based on the length. If it's a long email, all 7 long emails got skipped. So basically, if it's long, we're going to always predict that it got skipped. If it's short, well, 2 times it got skipped and 9 times it got read. So 82% chance of getting read. We're not sure it's going to get read, but it looks pretty promising. If I hit step again, there's no point in kind of expanding this one out. With what we know so far, every long email message gets skipped. That obviously may not be the case in the real world, but based on the training data we've got, that's all we've ever seen. So if I ask it to step again, it's going to go focus over here and try and figure out how to distinguish between the skips and the reads in the short emails. So if I hit step again, it's going to break these up. And so the next decision it came up with is the thread. If it's a new thread, it seems like those always got read, brand new emails, whereas replies, 50-50 chance of getting read or skipped. If I hit auto create, it's going to go ahead and just expand everything out. There's only one more decision for this, but the next decision appears to be the author. So if it's a short email, that's a reply to something. If the author is someone who's well known to us, we read it. If it's an unknown author, it seems like users tend to skip that. So based on this model, we can try and make predictions and guess what people are going to do. So we could test a new example, and I could say, well, let's assume that we don't know the author. It is a new email, and it's short. This is going to predict that was read. Basically, it's going to start at the first decision up here at the top and see it's, short message. It's new. It falls in this category. I'm going to assume that the person read it. Now this is actually a very powerful tool. We're just going to use it to kind of create a decision tree and then read the decision tree that it creates. There are all kinds of features. You can control how it does the learning, the splitting function that's called. You can, if you really want, you could go make your own data set. So I could go actually edit the data set that I'm working with and kind of make my own training examples. And if you want, you could go explore these other sample data sets. Trying to classify animals. If we load that one, we can go back to the Create tab and see what it's based on. So there's 101 training examples. And the parameters, the things that we've got questions about are hair. Does it have hair? 1, yes. 0, no. Does it have feathers? Does it lay eggs? Does it make milk? If we ask the decision tree generator to auto-create that, there's a lot more decisions that go into this tree. But it appears that it's decide the most important decision to ask is how many legs does a creature have? And if it's got 0 legs, then the next most important question is, does it have fins? That seems like we're kind of breaking down to, well, if it doesn't have legs, it must be like a fish or a snake. Let's try and tease that out.